He's really silly. And when I got tired, we go to the movies, we go eat or whatever. And it was a lot of fun working with him. He's a really cool guy. I just say, well, you know, I say no. That was a decision I made. I thought it would be best for my career and me personally to move on and really take control of this album. And like I said earlier, to really show my color. So that was a decision that management and myself made.
No, I'm not married. Robert's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. He's a great producer, a great artist who I do admire, and there's nothing there at all.
Man, you are so late. You need to get like an old vibe or something and like get the answer, because that's old. I'm single.
Now y'all not gonna believe what today's video is gonna be about, but before I share the gruesome details that just punched through the wall, I just want to say that if you are sensitive to extreme accusations about Aaliyah, then click out right now, my friend, because this definitely isn't for you. I repeat, this definitely isn't for you. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. But on Monday, September 13th of 2021 at 6:35 p.m., there was an article released by Yahoo News with some gruesome and sickening accusations that were thrown on the table about Aaliyah and R. Kelly. And boy, let me tell you, although I heard this from many others born to have seen it, my heart thumped and dropped when hearing her, aka Angela's, more in-depth accusations about R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Man, where do I really start? Without dragging the video with intense teaser, I'm just gonna hop right into reading the unbelievable article. Now, the article just says, R. Kelly's former background dancer testifies she walked in on him and Aaliyah in sexual encounter. And it just reads, a former backup dancer / singer for R. Kelly gave an eerily similar account during an interview featured in the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly. As R. Kelly's criminal case continues in Brooklyn, New York, more is being revealed by witnesses who say they saw firsthand the disgraced R&B singer's relationship with Aaliyah. A witness previously referred to as Jane Doe took the stand on Monday and says that she caught Kelly giving Aaliyah oral on the back of the tour bus in the early 90s. The witness, who identified herself as just Angela, is the 10th witness to testify. She told the court that she worked as a background dancer for R. Kelly. She claims that she and another woman were playing a pranking game while on tour. At some point, they decided to prank R. Kelly, and Angela claimed that she slightly opened the door and saw Robert and Aaliyah in a sexual situation. According to Angela, Kelly's head was between Aaliyah's legs while he was on his knees. Aaliyah was underage at the time of the alleged incident. Additionally, Angela says that she too began a sexual relationship with R. Kelly when she was just 14 years old. Per her testimony, Kelly's sexual relationship with Aaliyah began when Aaliyah was just 13 years old. This isn't the first time someone who worked in R. Kelly's camp during that time claimed they walked in on Kelly and Aaliyah. During the Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly's former backup singer / dancer Javante Cunningham told producers that she walked in on Kelly and Aaliyah on the back of the tour bus. It's assumed that Cunningham is the witness known as Angela who testified, but there's no official confirmation. After the docuseries aired, Aaliyah's mother released a statement refuting Cunningham's claims. My husband and I were always on tour with Aaliyah and at interviews in every place she went throughout her entire career. Whoever this woman is who is making the allegations, I have never seen her before anywhere on planet Earth until now. Aaliyah's mother, Diane Houghton, also called Cunningham's story lies and fabrications. Kelly and Aaliyah were illegally married in August of 1994. At the time, Aaliyah was 15 years old and Kelly was 27. R. Kelly's former road manager, Demetrius Smith, testified that Kelly married Aaliyah to avoid jail time because he believed Aaliyah was pregnant with his baby. Smith admitted to helping orchestrate the illegal union by bribing an Illinois Illinois government employee $500 for a fake ID. The ID listed Aaliyah's age as 18, though a birth date was missing. Norman Edmond, the minister who officiated the illegal ceremony, also testified, saying he did so as a favor to a mutual friend, but was unaware of who Aaliyah and R. Kelly were. He also claimed he was asked to sign a confidentiality agreement, but refused. He says he could not tell how old Aaliyah was at the time of the wedding because her hair was covering her face. Aaliyah's parents had the marriage annulled in '96. To this day, her family, with exception of her uncle and former record label owner Barry Hankerson, denies there was ever a relationship between Kelly and the late R&B singer. Okay. Now that was the gruesome, in-depth information about Aaliyah and R. Kelly. Now if I'm not mistaken, I believe that this story isn't new info, but just the details itself, because personally, I have never heard this info regarding the two at all before. Now once again, I did get this info from Yahoo News, and it was written, I believe, by a woman by the name Brenda Alexander, and these accusations are coming from a woman named Angela. Now my thoughts and opinions on Angela's statement is that personally, I 100% feel like she is telling the truth, because why take a lie to court? Why mention a lie in court? She could deeply get in trouble for false accusations on Aaliyah or on anyone. I also want to say that no one, and absolutely no one, knows what she saw back in '95 or whenever it took place. Only she holds that horrible memory. But who are we who breath years later to tell her she's wrong? It's one thing to say that this woman may be doing this for clout, but to say she's lying, that's not our place at all. Now, I truthfully believe myself that there was definitely something going on between Aaliyah and R. Kelly, because for one, this 26 or 27-year-old was literally dressing up like a 14 to 15-year-old. Number two is that he was gifting her gifts, like he bought her a puppy and he was giving her matching jewelry. Like, no one else found that strange, even 19 to 20 years later. I always questioned that. Another thing I thought was off was that for her to have been so young and singing such sexual songs, that was plain inappropriate. I mean, for Miss Diane to even be denying these accusations is absurd, because if you really add up the evidence that sits in plain sight, then you'll see that Diane is actually lying. She's guilty. I honestly feel like if none of this had truth to it, then she wouldn't feel the need to defend herself and her daughter so hard. Also, for her to say that she went everywhere with Aaliyah is also absurd too, because if that was the case, then Aaliyah wouldn't be in this situation at all. How did she end up with filthy lyrics in her mouth? How did she end up in the studio at the age of 12, late at night, with 20-something-year-old R. Kelly? How? How did she end up in a 6-month marriage? How did she end up getting married all the way in a different state, 4 hours away from her hometown? And most disgustingly, how did she allegedly end up pregnant with his child, and if she didn't keep it, get an abortion? And why was she saying that after getting tired of recording, her and R. Kelly would just chill in the studio and watch movies? And she also mentioned that they would go out to eat at McDonald's. How strange. Answer me these. Like I said before, usually I think I know it all, and I would not trip about something because I probably heard it, but not this. This is unheard music of Aaliyah. It was a sample, but she literally is talking crazy in that, and I will, like I said, be doing a video, so subscribe for that and stay tuned, because I mean, there's so many things that are dropping about Aaliyah and R. Kelly's situation, and I definitely will be covering it and sharing it with you guys and with the people who actually care to know or are just curious, because I know I am. I mean, it's definitely questionable. And one more thing I want to say is that, isn't it weird that Diane is not trying to get justice for her daughter? I mean, that should really tell you something right there. As any mother, and I mean, this is just common sense, you do not have to have a kid to know this. You would think that they would want to get justice for their daughter for what he did. And because she won't even come out and try, that just tells me that these accusations accusations have truth to them. Like, I really want to know why she is lacking that act of getting justice for her daughter. She was abused by an adult, and I personally don't think that Aaliyah was trapped in that relationship. I don't think that she was miserable. I think that she really adored that relationship, but it's still wrong. It's still illegal to date someone underage, and you would think her mother would try any and everything to get justice. And she wouldn't even have to try that hard, because there are 10 testifiers. I mean 10, if not that. But now 10 testifiers are saying that they all seen R. Kelly sexually abusing Aaliyah. Like, there's really no denying it at this point. And I also read in that article that her uncle is denying that relationship. And I really call bullcrap, because look at this photo right here. You can clearly see that the two people who are denying this are the same people who are in the picture with her hugged up with R. Kelly. And I just really find it funny. If you did not approve of this, why is she even hugged up with him? And another thing I want to say before I end this video is that it was said that many people that were around that situation at the time tried to gain the attention from the family and the father, but they all ignored it. That's crazy. I still have a video to do about that, but so many things just keep coming out, and it wows me each and every day. And I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with this pregnancy stuff. I kind of would if she did have a daughter, but I don't know. Anyways, not only is the mother guilty, I feel like the uncle is too. And just to think that she started going to the studio at 12 with R. Kelly, like, just don't even imagine. Actually, no, don't imagine. I don't want to. She was probably 12. She could have really been 12 when he started that. Maybe he waited until she was 13, but 13 is still sick. And I mean, the parents. But anyways, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys kinda enjoyed this. I mean, I don't know even what to say, but please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.